In this video, we'll be going over how to fill out the REDCap survey for the Wisconsin Childcare Immunization Assessment. You can find the link to this survey through the Wisconsin Childcare Immunization Assessment booklet. Once you open the booklet, go to page 2 and you will find the letter that was sent out by DHS. On this letter, you will find a hyperlink that will take you to the REDCap survey. We'll click on that link and it automatically takes us to the immunization assessment. One thing that I found helpful to fill the survey out and to make it easier for you is to create an Excel spreadsheet, such as the one I have here, that lists all the children ages 2 through 4, along with all their immunizations that they have had and how many doses they have had so far. Another helpful tip I found is to highlight any children that have waivers on file, and you can even color code them based on the type of waiver they have, like I did in this video. For the purpose of this video, I have created a mock daycare with fake names. Alright, we will return to our assessment. So to start out, we will enter the child care center name. So like I said, I created a mock daycare. So I'll enter that in here. Next is your facility number. If you're unsure of what your facility number is, or you currently don't have access to it, you can go to this hyperlink where you will be able to find that number. So I'll enter in the facility number. Next, we'll enter in our street we are located at. The city your child care facility is located in, and then the zip code. Next is your county. So this daycare is located in Wausau, so we will go down and find Marathon County and select it. Next is entering in a phone number for your child care facility. Now you will put in the name of the person completing the form. So this is where you would enter your name. Next is the email of the person completing the form. So this can either be a email that you use at the daycare or your personal email, because a copy of the survey will be sent to the email once you submit it. And then I'll ask you to confirm your email. If they do not match, you will see this little note in red saying your emails do not match. And if they do, that will disappear. Next, you will find your local health department. So if you're unsure who your local health department is, you can click this hyperlink and it will take you to a page where you can find that. If your daycare is located in Marathon County, your local health department would be Marathon County Health Department. So we'll find Marathon and select that. The next question is asking if your child care center permanently closed. So if you are closed and are no longer in business, you will select yes. And it will tell you that you are now done with the survey and you may submit it now. If you are still open, you will select no. That will prompt another question to open up. Are children ages 2 through 4 years enrolled in your child care center? If you do not have any children ages 2, 3, or 4, you can select no. You will once again get the message telling you that you may now submit your survey. However, if you do have children ages 2, 3, and 4 enrolled in your child care center, you will select yes, and it will start the drop down for all the questions in the assessment. So question number 1 is asking how many children ages 2 through 4 years are enrolled in your child care center. This is where having that Excel spreadsheet becomes helpful, because all your answers are consolidated into that one document. So we will jump over to our Excel and we will look and see that we have 20 students ages 2 through 4 that we will enter in. So in this spot, we will enter 20. Question number 2 is asking how many of the children ages 2 through 4 years do not have an immunization record on file at your child care center. when I go back to the Excel spreadsheet, I will note that all the children ages 2 through 4 do have some sort of vaccination record on file. So therefore, I can enter in 0. Question 3A is asking how many of the children ages 2 through 4 years have any health, religious, or personal conviction waivers. This is where having those highlighted in the Excel spreadsheet is helpful because I can see I have 3 children's names highlighted, so I know there are 3 children with waivers. So I will enter that number here. Question 3B is asking how many of the children with a waiver have a health waiver. This is where if you color code it, it makes it even easier to see what type of waiver each of those children have. So health is highlighted green, and we have 1 student who is highlighted green. So we can come in and answer 1 under question 3B. Question 3C is asking how many of the children with a waiver have a religious waiver. Let's jump back to our Excel spreadsheet. Religious is blue. We have 1 student with blue highlighting, so we will enter that we have 1 student under question 3C. 3D is asking how many of the children with a waiver have a personal conviction waiver. So we jump back. Personal conviction is yellow. We have 1 student that is highlighted yellow. So we will enter in a total of 1 in this next column. Question 3E is asking how many of the children with a waiver have received no immunizations. So of our 3 children highlighted, they have all received at least 1 or some sort of immunization. So that means we can enter 0 in this field. All right, next is asking us to verify that each response entered in for question 3B through 3E is not greater than the number entered for 3A. So in 3A, we enter that there's only 3 children, therefore our answers the rest of the way down cannot be more than 3. So we double check that they're not more than 3. We can continue on to the next section. Question 4A is asking how many of the children ages 2 through 4 years enrolled in your childcare center have received at least 4 doses of DTaP, DT, DTP vaccine. So we'll jump back over to our Excel spreadsheet. We'll find our DTaP, DT, DTP column, and we'll note that we've had 10 children who have received 4 of their immunizations for that vaccine. So we will enter 10 in that field. Question 4B is asking how many of the children have received at least 3 doses of the polio vaccine. So we'll jump back over and find the polio column on our Excel spreadsheet and see that 11 students have received at least 3 doses of the polio vaccine. So that number will be entered there in this field. Question 4C is asking how many of the children have received at least 3 doses of Hib vaccine. We'll jump over to our Hib column and we'll note that all 20 of the students have received at least 3 doses of the Hib vaccine. So you'll enter that total in this field. Question 4D is asking how many of the children have received at least 3 doses of pneumococcal conjugate vaccine. We'll come over to our pneumococcal conjugate vaccine column and we'll note that all 20 of the students have had at least 3 doses of it. So we'll enter 20 in that field. Question 4E is asking how many children have received at least 3 doses of the hepatitis B vaccine. We'll find our Hep B column and we'll note that we've had 12 students that have received at least 3 doses of the hepatitis B vaccine. All right. Question 4F is asking how many of the children have received at least 1 dose of the MMR, measles, mumps, rubella vaccine. Go back to our handy dandy Excel spreadsheet, find our MMR column, and we'll note that 18 of our students have received at least one dose of the MMR vaccine. All right, we're almost there. Question 4G is asking how many of the children have received at least one dose of the varicella vaccine. We'll jump over to our varicella, and we'll note that 16 students have received at least one dose of the varicella vaccine. So we'll enter that there. And then 4H is asking how many of the children have a reported history of the varicella disease. If there is any student who has had the chickenpox disease, you can make note of that. There's no children here with a note that they have had the chickenpox. Therefore, we will write in that we have 0 children with a reported history of varicella disease. All right, so just like above, it will state, please verify that each response entered for questions 4A to 4H is not greater than the number entered for question 1. So question 1 was asking how many students, children ages 2 through 4 are enrolled in your child care centers? 20. So our answers for 4A through 4H cannot be more than 20. So we'll go back and verify that each question is 20 or less. At this point, we have completed the immunization assessment, so we can enter in today's date, and you can go ahead and submit your survey. At any point, if you have any questions that come up while filling out the survey, feel free to reach out to us at Marathon County Health Department at the phone number listed here on your screen. If you happen to have this video passed along to you and you are not a child care center located in Marathon County, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your local health department for answers to those. I hope that you found this video helpful in filling out the immunization assessment.